no.
Hey, buddy. Butler, what are you doing out here?
I don't remember who I am.
Oh, you're my butler.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I'd be wandering these streets forever. Nothing looks familiar.
Hey, mister, what's your name again?
It's Lord Majesty.
I don't remember doing any of this.
Less talk, more work.
Yes, Lord Majesty.
Josh, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Amy. Carey asked me to scrub the floor with my toothbrush. Oh my gosh, you're Amy. I'm Josh. That's Carey. And we have a show together.
Why are you scrubbing the floor with your toothbrush?
Lord Majesty told... Damn it, Carey!
Well, you ruined that. Thanks a lot, Amy. Hello and welcome back to another episode of And Now Our Feature Presentation.
Hi, Mom. My name's Josh.
I'm Carey Williams and he thinks he's Pee Wee Herman.
I am.
A carpenter who gets stiffed on a job by a wealthy snob gets his revenge after she develops amnesia and he convinces her they're married. This next film is Overboard.
Overboard was released December 16th, 1987 with a budget of $22 million. It earned in its opening weekend $1.9 million and went on to gross $26.7 million.
Barely enough. Barely enough. Principal photography of Overboard largely took place at Raleigh Studios in Los Angeles, as well as Fort Bragg and Mendocino, California, with additional photography in Newport, Oregon.
The yacht's rocking motion kept causing crew members to fall asleep while shooting.
It is really sleepy. Goldie, Hawn, and Russell's own kids were always with them while making the film. Their youngest, Wyatt Russell, took his first steps on the set. Crazy.
The filmmakers didn't dress up the bowling alley. Even the sign on the television is a real thing.
That is crazy. Hector Elizondo, the captain of the Garbage Scow, worked on all 18 of director Gary Marshall's films.
Crazy.
They were very close friends. That's insane.
Roddy McDowall, who appears as Andrew, is one of the executive producers of the film.
John Candy was considered for the role of Billy. He turned it down as he was working on Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's insane. As of 2020, this is the second of 3 movies in which real-life couple Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have appeared together as co-stars. Their first starring collaboration was Swing Shift in 1984, and as their last was The Christmas Chronicles Part 2 in 2020. They also both appeared in the one and the only Genuine Original Family Band 1968 and The Christmas Chronicles in 2018, though not in starring roles. I love this. I can you let me. This is it. Dean's old truck was next used in John Carpenter's They Live in 1988. It is parked at the homeless camp and Roddy Piper walks past it. You can even see Dean Profit Construction sign on the door. After this movie, it was used at the beginning of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's the truck that's chasing them. When they're going to get the Christmas tree, it's the truck that's chasing them. Oh my gosh. but the sign has been spray painted over in that part of the movie. So
Goldie Hawn asks Kurt Russell how old she is turning on her birthday. He pauses for a second and then he states 29. Hawn was actually 42 at the time of the
oh my
filming.
gosh, that is a phenomenal looking 42-year-old. Jeffrey Wiseman Joe was so rowdy on set that Gary Marshall would often shout, "Jeffrey, stop it."
Just like I have to do with you.
Oh my God, all the time.
The name of Joanna's luxury yacht in the movie is the SS Immaculata. It is portrayed by the vessel Atessa, which was also used for the film Indecent Proposal in 1993.
Joey has a fixation with Pee Wee Herman after the boy presents Annie with the washing machine. Grant is dancing to Tequila by the Champs. This is the same song played in the scene in which Pee Wee Herman dances at the biker bar in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Now let's talk about the soundtrack.
It's got Something Special performed by Randy Newman. I Love You Madly performed by Harvey Miller. Tequila performed by the Champs. Semper Paratus performed by the U.S. Coast Guard Band.
And then Shot Down and Hot Blood performed by the Wright Brothers, and also Jim Dandy to the Rescue performed by the same band, and Can't Help Falling in Love performed by Elvis Presley, and Legs performed by the Wright Brothers again. Now let's talk about the cast. First up is Goldie Hawn. Goldie Hawn, who plays Joanna Staten, or Annie Prophet. She's in Foul Play, Private Benjamin, Seems Like Old Times, Swing Shift, Wildcats, House Sitter, Death Becomes Her, the First Wives Clubs, and of course the Out of Towners. And the next up is
my boy Kurt Russell. He
Russell.
is Dean Prophet. He is in Used Cars, Escape from New York, The Fox and the Hound,
The Things,
Swing Shift, The Best of Times,
Big Trouble in Little China, Tango and Cash, Backdraft,
Unlawful Entry,
Captain Ron,
Tombstone, Forrest Gump, Stargate, Executive Decision, Breakdown, and Soldier.
And of course, we have Edward Herman up next, who plays Grant Staten III. He's in Annie, The Man with One Red Shoe, The Lost Boys, Big Business, Hero, My Boyfriend's Back, Richie Rich, Nixon, and of course, he was in Gilmore Girls. That's how I know him. And up next we have
Katherine Hellman, who's Edith Mintz. She plays lots of soap TV series. She's in Time Bandits, Brazil, Who's the Boss, of course, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
And next up we have Mike Haggerty, who plays Billy Pratt. He's Dr. Detroit, Turk 182, Brewster's Millions, Red Heat, Dick Tracy, V.I. Warshawski, Wayne's World, So I Married an Axe Murderer, Inspector Gadget, Space Truckers, and he's Mr. Drieger on Friends, who's the super, who's the maintenance guy. I love it.
Then we have Roddy McDowall as Andrew the Butler. He's in the 1980 animated Return of the King. He's in Class of 1984, The Wind in the Willows, Fright Night, GoBots, Battle of the Rock Lords,
Remo Williams. Yep.
Fright Night Part 2, The Big Picture, and A Bug's Life.
We have Jared Rushton, who plays Charlie Prophet here. He's in Big, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and Pet Sematary 2.
We have Jeffrey Wiseman, who plays Joey Prophet. He's also the annoying kid in Home Alone, The Babe, and Home Alone 2.
It's like, which annoying kid? They're all kind of annoying. We have Brian Price, who plays Travis Prophet. He's in Techno Fear.
We have Jamie Wild, who plays Greg Prophet. He's in the Dollmaker TV movie.
And then we have a couple of cameos. We have Gary Marshall, the film's director, plays the drummer in the bar where Dean and the boys hang out. There he is, right there. Boom.
We have Hector Elizondo, one of his 18 cameos in a Gary Marshall movie. He's a frequent collaborator in Marshall's films. Elizondo makes an uncredited cameo as the skipper of the garbage scow.
And then we have Bing Russell. It's actually Kurt Russell's real-life father, also a veteran actor, appears as the sheriff in the film. And
we have Scott Marshall, the son of the director Gary Marshall.
He plays
the Coast Guard spotter. One of my favorite side characters.
The
hell of a day at sea, sir.
Well, let's talk about the press kit. Oh my God.
We have the press kit, and this is one of those times where unfortunately we could not find a real press kit. I couldn't even find a photograph of the real press kit to even reference it. So we just kind of winged it a little bit, and we did what we can, and we'll throw them up on screen for you. We got
the man
shot
himself,
of Kurt Russell, right there. We have Andrew and Joanna on the boat with her husband Grant. We have the lovely couple right here posing. We have a nice little Prophet family picture in that one. We have one of Joanna and Andrew. There's one with Joanna and Dean. Another one of Joanna and Dean with her wearing her waist uniform.
What was I doing in the ocean?
Have another one of Goldie. Have one of Annie as she prepares her chicken.
I like how she just dumps the whole
I
thing
know,
in the
right?
pot.
One last one of Joanna in her fancy gown.
There it is.
There's the press kit.
All right, let's talk about some of the scenes. All right.
One of the things that I always love is just the intro of the movie. Once that banjo music starts and it's just a little flood of nostalgia for me. It's like all the boats and stuff like that. I can't help but love that part.
It's so good. It's so good. And of course, she calls Dean because she wants she has got a
carpentry emergency.
She's got a very big closet and she has a carpentry emergency. So she calls a carpenter to come redo, and like it's amazing what he does. That little mechanism.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that mechanism.
It's sliding shoe thing.
Great. And of course she doesn't want to pay him.
It's not the right kind of wood.
It's not the right kind of wood.
It's gonna get moths.
Man. And of course, and then she there's a little altercation, and she pushes him off the boat.
Oh my God! She thinks he's basically making an advance on her.
Yep.
And she pushes him off the boat, throws his tools in the water, and
Yep.
leaves him stranded without payment.
Yep. And then shortly later, in the very seconds later,
Karma spins back around real fast.
and she falls off the boat herself.
She's digging for a ring, tumbles right off the side, and then
Dean
next thing we know, he's working at the bowling alley, and he sees footage up on the thing that some lady that's washed up on shore with amnesia, doesn't know who she is. He sees Grant come in and say it's not his wife, basically on TV, and then he gets the grand idea that he's got to go home and talk to his kids.
Yes.
He's going to do
I
something.
I like how his best friend
instantly
knows
what he's gonna
thinking.
do.
He's like, dude, it's not a good
Don't
idea.
do it.
It's not a good idea. I just love that. Of course, Dean picks her up from the hospital, telling Joanna her name.
This might be my favorite.
Annie Gooley.
Annie Gooley. Where did I grow up? Dog Patch?
Goober, Idaho. Hank's Donut World. We met a
God.
hand, Annie. Oh my God.
The best part about it, though, is when she says about this, he gives her a big kiss after, like, maybe you'll remember this kind of thing. And then she's like, this could be any man off the street. And the one guy goes, well, he seems to like you a real lot, and he's a nice guy.
Oh, I like what the convincing factor is for him to be able to go home with her, is he's like, she's got a birthmark on her.
He saw when she was in her bikini on the yacht.
And she goes and she's like, looks, and it's like, sure. And just the smile on his face, he's like,
come to daddy.
yeah. He's like, what was I doing out in the ocean?
Diving for oysters
at night. Oh my gosh. And of course, on the drive back, she's in the back. She's in the truck bed.
In her garbage scow outfit.
Yes, I just ate a bug. Well, keep your mouth closed. Lots of things flying around out there. And then the house. Oh
it's
my
such
God.
a dilapidated house. And
we moved
junk
here.
in the yard.
We moved here deliberately.
The last place was a real dump.
The dog with the cat.
Oh my God.
Oh, and then she gets introduced to the 4 children, showing her around the house.
And they just go crazy.
It is crazy. The boys, she faints, and it's like they show. She's like, "Yeah, you lost weight. You lost weight," because they show her the dress.
Yes.
Like, how am I?
You didn't say anything about sizes. The boys say
she lost weight, and then the twins, and oh my gosh, how they came out fighting.
Oh my God.
And they're still at it.
Oh my gosh.
This part is cool because it's the youngest kid,
Joey.
right? It's the youngest kid, Joey. When Kurt Russell picks him up to go to introduce him to Goldie Hawn, he does that falsetto. He's imitating Pee Wee Herman, and this was not scripted at all. This was something that the kid
just liked talking like Pee Wee Herman.
He just leapt into this, and you can kind of tell with the way they cut back and forth. They added some of the lines like "I like Pee Wee Herman" because
they're leaning into it.
They're leaning into it, yes. And of course, her was because he's like, "Hey,
a falsetto child.
I love Pee Wee Herman. They have problems with their glands."
Oh my God. When she says, "Do they have problems with their glands?"
Oh my God.
Another part that I like about the introduction to the children is when he talks about them not being identical twins, and the one boy shouts out, "Yeah, or else I'd look like a shithead."
And then the little one tries to escape. Dad, they're trying to make me drink blood.
And he drags him back into the room.
And of course, Annie attempts to make dinner. The whole chicken in the pot thing. And
Shoving the legs
and then
down.
the whole thing catches fire, and the kids rush for the fire extinguishers, but there's
no fire left.
It's delayed, and then oh my gosh, and then Dean makes her sleep on the couch, and the rain dripping, and the dog barking, and the piano, and the dream.
The drips
scene.
on the piano cause
my
her to have
gosh,
a
yeah,
dream sequence where the piano's playing.
And it's the bougie party. And of course, the next morning, you gotta fix lunch for the kids. They gotta go to I don't care to school. Okay, they'll stay here with you. And then the next scene is she's frantically
peanut butter and jelly and mayonnaise and M&Ms and
calls
Roy. He goes, "My name is Travis."
They call the
twins. Oh, twins.
Oh my gosh. And then of course Dean walks away. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. My oh my god, a wonderful slave. And then the montage of her doing all the work.
And she's so bad at it.
She's trying to do the dishes, and she's got the hose in there, and she's trying to do laundry, and she's like,
she vacuums up a bowl of cereal that has milk in it.
It's crazy. This is all crazy. And of course, Dean comes home to her, and she is in a stupor, and they're throwing grapes at her. She is catatonic, and the kids, what is the kid
I
say?
like when she goes ba 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 ba, and then she starts doing ba ba ba.
Oh my gosh! And of course, Dean picks her up and drops her in the barrel, and then her response, "I don't belong here. I feel it. Do you think I feel it? I can't do any of the vile things I wouldn't want to. My life is like death. My children are the spawn of hell, and you're the devil." And then, of course, she wants proof. So Dean goes to Billy.
And he does these really bad, like doctored photos where it's just like the face is superimposed on somebody.
And of course, the next thing is dinner, and of course Billy's there, and she's like, "Why does he keep staring at me?" "Well, he's staring at you because you were all a couple. He's your old boyfriend, high school boyfriend. Do you have feelings? Do you still have feelings for him?" And her face is no. And of course, the kids play a prank on Annie. They glue her hands to the plates, and she kind of snaps here. She snaps. She grabs the hose, and she starts hosing them down. And in the process of her trying to get her revenge,
she starts having fun.
Because
even though it's like she's pissed off,
yes,
it's like she's part of the the chaos now.
Exactly. And of course, the gruesome ghouls clubhouse. The boys get the mask and chase her
with their toy weapons.
Yes, and they're out in the woods and they're running around and
wrestling in the woods.
And of course, we find later that the boys are having problems at school. And she goes to see them. She goes to see them at school, and she confronts the teacher because she discovers that they all have poison oak. And she's like, I know they have behavioral problems, but they need medical attention.
Yes.
And so she basically
tears that lady apart.
Yes.
She
and
says like how
she finds out that Joey can't read, and she lectures the husband. They need guidance. They have enough out.
Father.
They need a father, and it's. Of course, he returns home to find the house basically immaculate. It's clean, it's organized, and she's on the couch.
Reading a comic book with Joe.
Yes.
Or having Joey read the comic book to her.
Yep. And then, of course, later on, she's covered. She's like, "Oh, don't look at me," because she's
got poison oak too.
And then this is where Dean kind of flips the script. He's trying to teach her a lesson.
She asks him to say something nice. Tell her a nice story about his past.
And it's one of those where he kind of flips as well, because now she's loosening up, she's having a good time, but she's supposed to be on the couch, sleeping on the couch, but because she has
he wants to show her kindness.
He picks her up and takes her to the bed, and then he's like, "Tell me a story," and that's when you worked at the Burger Boy. When say, remember you saved the kid choking on the French fry, and
you did the Heimlich maneuver.
Yes, and then he says, "I got to go bowling," and this is where she finds out that he's going bowling, but his bowling ball's still there.
The kid points it out.
Yes, the bowling ball is still there.
So what's happening?
What's happening? So she goes to follow him, and she realizes he's working nights. So it's
he's shoveling fish guts and stuff like that.
And then, of course, Annie helps him with the wonders of the world, putting golf, the putting golf course.
Because she has this cultural she knows
Yes.
about, but she doesn't know why she even knows about
and then
it.
of course the dinner to pitch the miniature golf, and he gets the money, and they show the construction, and the kids have these inventions. It's really, really cool. And then Annie teaches Joey to read. He's reading
Dr. Death comics.
Joey asks, like, are you ever gonna leave? He's like, no, I'm your mommy.
It makes me sad to watch that part now.
Well, sometimes
Moms leave.
and then dad come home, and I got a part. And this is so cool because the dad comes home, and all the kids are responding. I got a part as Tiny Tim in the school play. I got an A in English, and then
I'm flunking math.
And it's so great. And he goes to confess, and he says, I've done something I'm ashamed of. And he kind of is getting ready to do the confession, but she says, no, I know what your secret is. You're working nights at the fertilizer plant. And he's like, oh, it's your birthday. And they go dancing. And they have a good time. They're dancing. And then when they go outside, they're on this like dock, like kind of balcony area where they're overlooking the water. And they hear the boat honking.
She asks why.
Why are the boats honking like that? And it's the legend of Arturo and Caterina. So let's talk about that for a second. Like this legend. I mean,
it's basically not unlike a Romeo and Juliet thing, but like where they're not like supposed to be together, and like when he returns, they honk the horn, and that's when they're supposed to meet up in the water together, and
it's something to do with like he's a layman and she's like the daughter of like the mayor of the governor.
It's very parallel to what they have going on, like and she's like. And then they live together or whatever. He's like, no, then they drown. You know what I mean?
And it's like they meet under the sea, they drown. So every time you hear the horns honking, it's them kind of like meeting under the sea. It's just,
he says something about the tides are them making
yes,
love.
Making love, yes. And then Joanna, we see Joanna keep
Grant's
calling
like
Grant.
out there
He's
being
like
party boy.
partying with the ladies, and she threatens him. I'm gonna send mercenaries if you don't produce
my daughter.
And then of course she finds the underwear,
Oh, my
and
goodness.
she's talking to Dean about divorce, and he spills the bean. He says, look, you have amnesia, he basically tells her, and she doesn't believe him. And then Billy takes a step in and takes the fall for
my
him
goodness.
because she doesn't believe him. And it's
He said,
like,
oh, those are mine.
Those are
Like-
mine, and
like, not that I wear them or
not that I wear
anything.
'em,
He
and
says,
it's so funny. And it's like I got lucky with a phone sex girl one night, and I found one that accepts
personal checks.
Oh my gosh!
And he's like, do you hate me? And she's like, I'm glad you're
I'm
bad,
glad,
Billy
yeah.
Pratt. She says to him,
so
that's his
funny.
nickname.
It's so funny. And of course, the miniature golf course grand opening because it's a successful thing. And then the yacht finally comes back home.
Because he's got to get back, or else Edith's going to cause
and
hell
so
for
Grant
him.
goes to the house to go get Joanna, and as he shows up, he doesn't say anything. She walks past him, and she says, oh, hi, Grant. And her memory comes back, and it's like, what? It's just this.
She immediately comes right back out of the house.
And it's like, thank you for bringing me here and making me a mother. Why did you?
Then she starts to get angry.
Yes, and she gets very upset and she leaves. And of course, Grant says, "Don't get any ideas. I brought Olaf. Olaf.
I think we can take
I think
Olaf.
we can take Olaf." Oh my gosh, I love that. But then the so sad, the quick change of the limousine leaving, and
The
of course,
kids are
all
pounding on the
kids. You said
windows.
moms don't leave.
She's covering her ears.
Yep, and of course, she becomes Joanna again, and she's got
struggling.
a perspective change, and she's struggling to reintegrate to that old lifestyle. So they call Dr. Gorman, and they Dr. Gorman, will she ever be the debutante that I raised? That's what the mom says. Well, will she be one of us? And her memory is almost completely restored. She remembers everything now, and she can even recall the session I wrote this. And he begins to play a song. He's like, "I love you badly, though you treat me badly." And they
so
instantly
bad.
reprimand him. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, like you need therapy yourself.
I love this part when like Dean shows up, like the kids are planning in the clubhouse, and Dean shows up and pounds on the door, and they say, who is it? And he goes, it's Dr. Death. Let's go.
Because they don't want to come in. They're out there plotting to try to.
They want their mom back.
Yeah, and of course they go back to her, and she wants a beer, and they're like, "You want a beer?" Because they're used to.
They're drinking champagne and
they're high
wines.
society, and it's like, what about a cigarette? I don't smoke, do I? And the whole back and forth of this, well, why don't we all smoke? And then Grant's like, well,
I don't
why do I
wanna smoke.
I get sick when I smoke. Why does everyone have to try to make me do things that I don't want to do? Grant, we're not interested in your therapy. And she serves them, and they're all like perplexed and shocked, like what?
Edith's like annoyed that she's acting like that.
Well, I thought you might be hungry. And then she drinks the beer, and she goes,
Oh, that's good.
Stuff. And then of course the kids won't come out, and they're like, "What are we doing? We want to get mom back." The kids say, and it's like, "We miss her, and she cuts the bread off the crust. She doesn't take any of my shit either. I need discipline. Oh my gosh! And we've got $3.04. We're gonna go rent a fishing boat and get her back. And then Dean, Billy, and the boys use the Coast Guard to try to go catch Annie. And this is, we go back to the boat, and she's below deck, and she's basically hobnobbing with the lay people now, because she's got that
somebody she would have just treated poorly every time.
She's doing this drinking game, and then she tells the story about the root. She apologized to the butler.
Because he tells the story where she abused him, basically, about making him find earrings on like 4-block radius or 8-block radius.
I'm sorry. And he tells her, "You've had a rare privilege of a different perspective."
Yes.
And she instantly changes. She wants to go. She wants to leave. And this scene, it just makes me laugh. She goes below deck. Because she's looking for she's trying to get the boat turned around. So she goes below deck, and she's like looking for the group. Is Nino here? Where's Nino? And the guy that's telling her, "No, Nino on break. Well, I have to stop the boat." The captain, he stopped the boat, and he points up, and he's like, "Well, I'm the captain." He goes, and he salutes her, and he's like, "No." And she instantly pulls the lever, and the boat stops. And then, of course, the family, Dean and the kids, are on the Coast Guard boat, and they're honking the horn. And she's hears it,
so excited.
And she immediately recognizes it's Artura and the Katarina story. And of course, they both jump in. And this is the part, oh my gosh.
It's so good.
That Coast Guard guy, man overboard. And then of course, Grant tries to take the bow and arrow out to shoot Dean. And he's like,
does Andrew kick him off?
I think it's Andrew. And he's like, guy with arrow overboard. And then she jumps up, woman overboard. She's wearing an evening dress. And then man overboard is kissing woman overboard. And then they pull Grant up. The guy with the arrow is being pulled in at port. It's a hell of a day at sea, sir. Oh my gosh. And then of course Dean asks Joanna how she's going to give it all up for him, and she tells him, well, it's not Grant's money, it's all her money. And then
he almost like falls over.
Yes, and you see the kids, and she's like, what are the kids doing? It's like,
they're making their Christmas list.
And he
says,
like,
how do you spell Porsche?
How do you spell Porsche? And then Dean turns to her and says, what do you do to give a
And
girl,
he's distressed.
Yeah, what do you do to give a girl who has everything? And she says,
what do you give you? Little girl.
A little girl. It's just that's so awesome. I love that.
It's a very wonderful, heartfelt movie.
Yes. So what does this movie mean to you, Carey?
It's happy. You know what I mean?
Very
it's
happy.
silly.
Yep.
And honestly, it probably couldn't. I mean, I know they did make a remake, but like, it's almost a dark premise made silly if you make any. You know what I mean? It's like almost an abduction movie. But they make a lightheartedness to it, but it's funny. And it's funny because it's like he doesn't, do creepy things to her. He jokes about doing creepy things to her, but it's like he's trying to get his money out of her for, her ripping him off.
Of course.
And, because she ruined his life basically for a time. But it's like it's silly, but it's heartfelt. Like I said, it pulls at your strings, you know what I mean? Because the little boys now have a new mother. Joey, you know what I mean, talks about her, mom's leave because their mom died. You know what I mean? This is a new chance for them to have a mom, and goodness, who knows how long she's been dead.
Yeah.
Joey probably doesn't barely remember her, so this is his new mom. And aside from those heartfelt moments, it's fun, it's silly. You can relate to some of the characters. There's lots of great side characters doing like Bad Billy Pratt, and I just had fun watching it with my childhood family, and now as an adult, I enjoy it with my wife. She grew up watching it. We watch it with our children now, and it's just one we enjoy.
It's wonderful. I agree on all aspects of that. I hadn't watched this movie in a very long time, and I remembered bits and pieces of it. I remember the Olaf scene. I think we could take them, and I remember them like kind of bullying the youngest son of like, we're gonna make him. He's trying to make him drink blood. I remember that, and it's just like watching this again as an adult, and it's just. This movie is such a gem, and I love everything about it, and I love the turnaround. Even though like the premise is really bad, like if it were to really happen, he abducted her,
right?
But they make such light fun out of it, and that's what's fun with movies, and especially with comedies. You can take a situation that's really, really horrible and make it fun and lighthearted, and not to take it too seriously. And we don't condone anyone kidnapping.
Please don't take
we're not
people to amnesia home and pretend you're the spouse.
We don't want that to happen. But in cinema, and because it's fantasy,
it's silly.
It's silly, and we just love the way this movie is. So let's talk about some of these. What was your favorite character?
It's got to be Dean Prophet, just like with John Candy and a Kurt Russell movie. He's more than likely going to be my favorite character in the movie.
I loved Dean Prophet, but I thought Annie was just great.
She does.
She plays
her
the very
to
high
things.
society, like, abrasive person.
She's good at
very
being
well.
bitchy in it at the beginning.
And then, of course, she turns it all around. She's a phenomenal actress, and she was in lots of comedy stuff. She's done it for a very long time. So knowing that she could do that, even seeing her, it's classic Goldie Hawn. So.
I'm sad we didn't get more movies with them together.
Yep. And of course, your favorite actor,
Kurt.
Yep, and mine was Goldie Hawn because she's just amazing. And now let's talk about some of these things that we got going on here.
Oh, we have a ship wheel because it's a very nautical theme going on with everything. We got our boats, we got our little nautical hats here. We have other ship elements, our ropes, our lovely Overboard sign. And I don't know what it is when I look at it here. It almost makes me think of the Super Mario 3 logo right here every time I look at it lately.
Yep.
And we have it on VHS and DVD and Blu-ray, just like the other 80s movies. It's yet to be released on 4K.
Yeah, a couple other things
we got
right
a
there.
little golf club for our, putt-putt course. And, we got our lifesaver and our fishing net for catching amnesia people out in the middle of the waters.
I wonder what that would be like.
It would be interesting if you found something, odd in the water like that.
'Tis a calm night, Krusty. These waters are prime for the old tale of two lovers. I can almost hear their calls. Join me as we pull a load from the sea.
Oh, yes, I can almost hear Arturo and Katerina, lost lovers under the sea. It brings romance to me soul.
That's not garbage.
Ah, the spoils of the sea. Not only does it give us nourishment with food, but it also gives us things to sell at the flea market at the corner of 5th and Park.
Oh, help me with this one. It's loaded with the sea's bountiful booty.
That's not garbage.
Oh, thank goodness you found me. I thought I was gonna drown out here.
Oh, we've got a live one here, Cappy. Help me
See-
bring him
There
aboard.
seems to be something impeding us from bringing him aboard.
There's something snagged to his ankle.
I can't let this guy get away. I'm pretty sure he owes me money. I don't know what my name is, but I'm pretty sure it ain't Arturo.
Why is this one so heavy? I can't seem to get him onto the boat.
I think there's something tangled on this one's ankle, too.
Are you guys talking about Arturo and Katerina? The storyteller was telling me about him as I was waiting to drown. These water wings aren't made for my body type. They don't make them in Husky Boy.
Yo, Sauce! You got him! Surprised you jumped in after him. You threw him in the ocean in the first place. That dude is tenacious. Well, that's something that you don't kind of want to find in the ocean.
That was a weird scenario.
my
Not
gosh.
one but three people
But
apparently.
three people with amnesia. What are the odds?
And they, that one was tenacious apparently.
Oh man, it's insane. We want to thank you for watching another episode of a Now Feature presentation. I'm Josh Sanchez, and this is
Carey Williams.
where we don't just love 80s and 90s movies.
We live them.